Welcome back. Let's continue in our exploration of links and arrows. We can have multiple node connection. Let's start with connection between A to C, and then let's have A also connecting to another node D to show that A is connected to two nodes C and D. Now I'm going to have another connection connecting B to C and then also connecting B to D. Let me put it here, B to C and then B to D. So A is connecting to C and D, and B is connecting to C and D at the same time. And we can chain the connection together. Instead of writing it all this way, we can write it all in one line. That is, A and B are all connecting to C and D. Let me comment this out and just type that A and B is connecting to C and D. Instead of using all these, we have A and B connecting to C and D. It shows us the same thing in the diagram. I can also have a text message in between them while connecting them together. For instance, I have A connecting to B and C. Let me change this to left and right. A connecting to B and C with a text in between, and then C joining it, the connection with a text in between. And I can loop the connection back to A. So this is A connecting to B to C back to A. All I'm doing is adding the dash text message in between the connections. Let's comment this out. I would like to show another way in which the arrows in the connection flow. So I'm going to uncomment this, remove the direction. Then I'm going to add a connection between C to F to H. One more connection between A to G. And so we have all this connection joined together. Now, you would notice that A to G is in this level. I might want to stretch the connection edge so that it drops down to the level of F or the H level. The normal length level for any of the line, either solid line, thick line, or dashed line, is 2 dashes. But if you want to extend the length of the line for these 2 dashes, we can put an extra dash. It extends from this point down to the F level. And if I want to bring it down to the H level, I put another extra dash and it comes down to the H level. It's the same thing if you're using a dashed line. All you do is put an extra dot, it comes down, and then an extra dot takes it down. And if you're using a thick line, you put an extra dash brings it down. Now let's take an example of a real-world flowchart. The flowchart example takes in an input of a number and prints it out if the number is less than 5. If not, it terminates. I'll start with the first node, and that is an A tag that indicates a start. And then we're going to move to the second node. You would notice that in the label for A, we are using parentheses and square bracket, which is a stadium-shaped figure, instead of a square bracket, which is for processing. The next node B is going to be a parallelogram. So it's going to be square bracket, dash, and then I'm going to say input X. So this indicates that this is an input. Now let's move to the flow between B and C. Between B and C is going to be a rhombus, which is a diamond shape for decision. So I'm going to put a rhombus, and then I'm going to put the decision X greater than 5. That's a decision that will be made in the flow. So the first decision will be between C and D, which will have a stop sign, which is double bracket. So I'm just going to say stop. So this is the label for that. And then I'm going to put between here that this is the yes condition. And then let's do the no condition, which is still going to be between C and F. The description there will be if this is no. So this is yes and this is no. For yes is going to be a process, which is a parallelogram, where we would print out X. If X is not greater than 5, then we should print out X. If X is greater than 5, then the process should stop. Now between F and G is going to be a process that increments the X value and then return back. That is, G will now return back to C, which is the rhombus, which is the decision symbol. So look at the flow. We start, we input, say we input 1. 1 is 1 greater than 5? No. Then it prints out 1, and then in increment 1 to 2 until we have the number greater than 5. Then it stops. And this is the flow that we have. We can maybe change a little bit of this. Say, for instance, we want to change this to a dotted line. that is from C to D, which is the years, I can put a dot here, which shows the dotted line. And then to move it from this level to lengthen it to the next level, all I need to do is put 2 dots. And then maybe change this to X to show that it terminates here. With this, you can see how easily you can work with flowcharts and implement flowchart that is easily understandable. You can check out my full video tutorial on Udemy titled Mastering Mermaid.js Diagram, Charts and Data Visualization, which teaches in-depth course on different Mermaid.js diagram and chart implementation. Check out the link in the description for more details.